So today I want to talk about how the past year and having the mastectomy, going off HRT, having to take hormone suppressants has affected my skin. So I hope you'll join me. Hey everyone, it's Melissa. As I said, I want to do a deeper dive into my skin. I have talked about the things I've gone through this past year and how it has affected my emotions, how it's affected the rest of my body, how it's affected my hair, how it's affected my sleep, different aspects like that. But I want to really kind of talk about my skin today because there have been some changes, and I want to talk about what I have done to kind of fight back against those changes. So to recap just a bit, I made the decision a long time ago. I knew that I was never going to have Botox, fillers, or a plastic surgery. I never thought anything was wrong with it, but it wasn't going to be right for me because of health reasons. As a teenager, I had my first surgery for Crohn's disease. I've had multiple surgeries. Therefore, I never wanted to have any more surgery again, so no facelift. I didn't want to inject Botox. I didn't want to inject fillers. I don't know what that would do to my body. You know, I'm fighting to stay into a remission with Crohn's disease. That's a big priority for me. So nothing was worth taking any chances with that. So therefore, I became very passionate about skincare. Okay, what can I do to make my skin look as healthy as I can, without ever getting anything invasive done, things I could do on the surface. So I worked on that. And then last year, I've said this a million times, I thought Crohn's was my cross to bear, but it wasn't. I found out that I had breast cancer. So I had a double mastectomy. I had which was another surgery. I had the expanders put in during that surgery. Then I had to go back and have another surgery and have the implants put in, take the expanders out. I still have one more light surgery to do, but they still have to put me to sleep. So I'm done with surgeries, and I've had 6 bowel resections. I'm done with surgeries. I'm not gonna. Unless it's an emergency, I never ever want to have a surgery again. It's horrible. I want to avoid it. I just don't want to do it. So I'm not going to have a facelift. And the injectables, I'm just not going to do it, not going to take a chance. So skincare it is. I've done a skincare video pretty recently, so I'm not going to go into what I do or use, just briefly say, use this, and then move on. Because I will link that below. These are just some things I'm talking about since the mastectomy. I started using Retin-A in my 30s, Obagi skincare in my 40s, and then I was just fine until the breast cancer. I felt like my skin looked fine, and I was okay with it. Then I developed the breast cancer, and I had to go off HRT because mine is an estrogen-based tumor that had started to spread into the actual breast tissue from the duct. It was gaining momentum from all the estrogen, from the estrogen patches that I was using. And let me tell you, I don't care what anybody says, and people may not want to hear it, but HRT makes your skin look better. It just does. When I went off of it, I knew it was going to go downhill. And plus, I have to go on that 5 years of actually squelching any hormones even more. So I knew my skin was going to suffer. So what I did was, at first I didn't do anything. I kept on my cleaning, my Retin-A, my Obagi. You can see the skin routine that I did. You can stop and see it right now. Try to remember to do a card and watch that. So I was doing all that, and it was fun. But after it really kicked in and the estrogen got into my body, and then the other kicked in with it suppressing me even more. And I just looked at my skin and realized that, with the estrogen gone, my skin didn't snap back as much, and it just didn't look as clear and as fresh. My pores were showing, just just going downhill some, without the estrogen to boost it and make it look and feel healthier. So I started studying particularly red light therapy. And I did a lot of research and I decided on the Omnilux. I bought the contour one. It has the little on-off thing that turns it on. You strap it on like that, and I lay down when I do it, and it shuts off after 10 minutes. And then I was taking it and putting it on my neck, different ways like that. So I decided to take the splurge and buy the neck one. So I bought both of these myself. So I bought the neck one, and you'll see it has a little bib that comes down over your chest. And I have to say, I noticed I think it's really helped my neck, but I've really noticed a difference in my chest. I had one of those little red, it's the cherry things, you get them on your stomach. I've got several on my stomach. I think they're inherited. My mother had them. And I had one right here. And after a couple of weeks of using this, the cherry, I looked one day and it was gone. The cherry thing was gone. I don't know why, but that was the only thing I had done different. So I assumed it was the red light therapy. And I may experiment even more with this. Maybe at night when I'm watching TV. I've got some bad sun damage on the back of my arms. I must have laid out on my stomach, like when I was a teenager. I think I might do that for about 10 minutes on each arm, just 3 times a week, and see what happens. So on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, I do my red light therapy. I really noticed a difference. I think this is the skincare of the future. I love it. And I do have a code for it, but I did pay for mine, and this is not sponsored or anything like that. I just have a code. I asked them if they would give me a code where I get a small commission, and if you use the code, you get 10% off. So I thought I would mention it. Don't want to use it, that's fine too. No problem. But this is the red light therapy. I think it's wonderful. I think it made a huge difference in my skin. Huge difference. And it felt like my skin was getting a little bit back to normal after all the trauma it had been through. Because I really think my skin has gone through trauma. I've tried to protect it and do the best I can, but I think it's gone through trauma. And so I do that Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Now on Tuesday, Thursdays, and Saturdays, I do derma rolling, but a short needle. I do the 0.25, and the derma roller that I really like is from Sedara, and I just get it off Amazon. I have one for my hair, and I have one for my face, because I think it's only like $11.99 or something like that. It's not very expensive, but what I do is I derma roll my wrinkles up here, I derma roll right here and above my lip. And doing the red light therapy and the derma rolling, I really think it's made my skin more elastic. I really do. Going off HRT took the elasticity away. And it just didn't bounce back. But since I've been doing the red light therapy and the derma rolling on alternate days, like when you raise you got your wrinkles up here. When you raise your eyebrows, everybody has them. My grandkids have them. You have wrinkles when you raise your eyebrows, when you're talking or when you're surprised or something like that, you have wrinkles. But with the red light therapy and that, it's been able to bounce back. So I can raise them and it bounces back. My skin has become more elastic with doing those two things on top of my Obagi, which I still love and I'm loyal to, and I will always be loyal to it, and using Retin-A, which I will always be loyal to. So those things, those 4 things, I do think, now I don't think my skin is where it was when I was on HRT. I think that made the biggest difference in my skin. But I think it's healthier than it was before I started doing the derma rolling and the Omnilux. I think it's healthier than it was before. I've seen an improvement. And it's not going to get back to the way it was with HRT. It's just not. But that's okay. I have to be off of it, and I have to do things to keep myself healthy. I never want to have surgery, so I will try to do the things that keep my skin as healthy as possible within reason, or as long as it doesn't affect the rest of my health or a possibility affecting the rest of my health, because that's just not worth it to me. But these are the things I have done, and I do feel like it has helped. Like I said, not where it was before, but I'm okay where it is now. And isn't that the main thing, is just to be satisfied where you are now? And I am. My focus now in life, after the years of Crohn's and the losing my breast and going, with the hormones and stuff, doggone it, I don't want to cry. Okay, stop it. Okay, doing all that, I just realized how important your health is, how important your family is, how important love is, how important support is. And I will tell you, getting off track a little bit, I will tell you, I want to do a video with Doug. I'm begging Doug to do a video with me of how a partner helps someone with cancer, or how they help you recovering, how they support you, how they know when to leave you alone. And he's just done such a great job helping me that I want him to do a video with me and talk about it. He says, I don't have anything to say, but I think he does have things to say. I said, well, I'll ask you questions and tell you some of the things that you did, and if you can talk about it, maybe that will help someone else. So anyway, that's my deeper dive into my skincare. It's something I plan on doing years and years and years. Cleansing with my cleanser, wiping it off, the foam off. I use the Shiseido foaming cleanser, wiping it off with these washcloths that I make. I'll put a card up here right now on how to make these washcloths. Wipe off the foam, rinse it off. In the morning, do either my red light therapy or my derma rolling, your vitamin C serum. Then I put on my Obagi Exfoderm. Then at night, wash my face again, put on my Obagi blender and tretinoin, Retin-A. Now, both of these I have to get from a doctor. This one because it's a prescription. Tretinoin is in the US, and the Obagi blender that I use has hydroquinone in it. So these two together you have to get from a doctor's office. The Exfoderm, it's a mild acid. I just buy it off the internet. You can get it. I buy mine from Lovely Skin. I like them. They don't know who I am or anything, but you can build up points there, like with Ulta, and then they'll give you some good discounts. They've got great prices, so I just buy from them. Like I said, they don't know who I am. They don't know I'm talking about them at all. But I think that is it. I wanted to cover everything, and I didn't make any notes. I'm just kind of flying that by the seat of my pants, so I hope this makes sense. But yes, I am tickled with my skin's elasticity. I look at elasticity a lot. How well when you do like that, does it bounce back? When you do like that, does it bounce back? When you raise your eyebrows, how does it bounce back? When you purse your lips, how does it bounce back? Those things I kind of look at to see how well and how elastic my skin is. And it had lost a lot when I went off that HRT and had to go on that other medicine. Woo, it really did, but I'm happy. So I wanted to share that, and hopefully I can talk Doug into doing a video with me. Thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Y'all have been through this journey with me. It's not over with yet, I know, but I just feel peace, and I feel loved, and I feel hopeful for my future. And the main thing, I feel less afraid. You always are afraid it's going to come back, but I feel less afraid now than I did right afterwards. So hopefully that will get better as time goes on. Thank you. I'm sorry, getting all emotional. Thank you so much for watching. Love you all. Talk to you in a couple of days, and everybody take care. See you soon. Bye-bye.